This week, I'm gonna teach you a way to read anybody's mind and tell them exactly what they're thinking, whether it's a name, their passcode, their phone number, whatever. And the best part is, it's so easy that anybody can learn it, even if you've never done magic. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another really cool video. At the end of this video, I'm going to announce the winner of last week's mega contest. But before that, I have a really cool tutorial for you guys. So a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a trick. I taught you a trick where you can read someone's mind and tell them the number or the initials that they're thinking of. And it did really, really well. It's well on its way to 1 million views. And a lot of you said you really, really enjoyed it. You're using it a lot and you wanted to learn something like that one. And some of you even asked to learn something a little bit simpler. So that's what we're learning today. This is a really simple way. So even those of you who are new to magic can easily learn this, and it's gonna allow you to read anyone's mind and tell them exactly what they're thinking. Now, before I show you guys the performance and the explanation, I wanna say this. I've been getting a lot of messages over the last couple of weeks from you guys asking me questions like, how do I grow my YouTube channel? How do I grow my business as a magician? How do I get creative to create new magic? And I'm really excited as an answer to questions like that to announce my continued partnership with Skillshare.com. Skillshare.com is a website where millions of creative people get together to teach you all about these things: video editing, photography, how to grow your brand, how to grow your social media. There's endless classes and amazing resources, and it's my #1 resource for you to learn how to get from like amateur or beginner to really pro in any creative space. And for a limited time, if you use the link in my description, you can have free access to all their classes. So guys, go check it out. You're gonna learn a ton of stuff on how to grow your brand. Okay, now let's check out the performance done for amazing YouTuber, magician, cardist, and my good friend, Ekaterina. Here it is, but before we go to that, please hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on for more amazing magic, mentalism, and hypnosis content. So Eka, we're gonna try something with your thoughts right now. In your mind, I want you to think of an animal, any animal in the whole world, totally up to you. Got one? Oh, but don't do fox, because I know it's part of your branding, so not fox. Someone else?
I got it.
Okay, good. Grab one of these index cards, anyone. Perfect. And on either side of it, write down what this animal is in nice big letters, and I won't look, I'll block my eyes, and let me know when you're done. And as you're writing it, I want you to really register it in your mind, like visually, like really build that image. Got it? I'll take the pen first. We'll give it one last look, really register it visually in your mind. Yeah. And then pop it back wherever. That's a perfect spot right there. So you can see it going right in the middle, correct? Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine that this top card right here, that is the screen, like a screen. And I want you to imagine it written right there. The word that you're thinking of projected right there on that screen. Really imagine that. I'm gonna try to, look at me. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Focus on this animal. I have a good idea, I'm narrowing in on it, but I think the reason you're thinking of this, is it because you had a recent experience with one?
Yeah.
Okay, and you never said to me what this was.
No.
This wasn't a very pleasant experience, was it?
No.
It's funny because I told you to visualize this, but and this is going to sound weird, but besides the visual, I feel like there's another sense that's being activated. It's your sense of smell. Yeah. There's a smell associated with this. Open your hand. I think this is it. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to take a look at what animal you wrote down. Is that okay? Yeah. You put it in the middle yourself. You never said what it was to me. There it is. A skunk. Yep. You could have thought of anything. I wrote down.
Nice.
Skunk. There it was. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, before we go to the explanation, just a few people in the comments are going to say that they saw me or another mentalist on TV do this without having them write it down. They just looked at them and told them what they were thinking of. Well, here's the thing. That method for that is a completely different trick, and it's really, really difficult and impractical. I could tell you how to do that right now, and I promise you, you will absolutely never do it. And once again, all the pros watching this, you could confirm in the comments that something like this, what we're learning today, is way more practical and you'll use it a lot more often. So without further ado, let's jump right into the explanation so you can learn exactly how to do this. First off, let's talk about what you need in order to do this mind reading trick. The first thing you need is a pen or a marker, because they need to write down whatever it is they're thinking of. It could be their passcode, their phone number, someone's name, or like what I did, which is any animal, but it could be anything. The next thing you need is something for them to write on. So here are all your different options. The one I use the most often is this. These are called double blank cards. They're playing cards that are blank on both sides. You guys know from my other tutorials that I use this for a lot of different mentalism effects, and I'll leave a link in the description to where you could get the best quality of these cards. They're really not expensive, and they'll deliver them right to your door, and you could use it for a lot of cool stuff. Another option instead of those is to use blank business cards. So if you go to any office supply store, any stationery store, and I'll leave a link in the description if you don't want to go anywhere, you could get, these are just blank business cards, or business cards, but they've got nothing printed on them, and you buy them in sheets. They're really not expensive, and you could totally do this technique with these as well. It's not as smooth as the blank cards, but you can. You can also use your business cards. If you have a stack of business cards already, you could use those. They could write on the blank side and totally works. Finally, you can use a deck of cards. This absolutely works as a card trick. You can do it to know their card, or you can have them write something down on a card, and you can use this technique to know what they're thinking. So take some time to think about how you want to present this, which of these makes the most sense, and now let's learn how to actually do it. Okay, so for the explanation, I'm going to use a deck of cards because first of all, it'll be easier for you to follow. But second, I want you to see how you could totally do this with a deck of cards as a card trick. So I'm going to show it to you first. So let's say you go through the cards and they touch a card. I'm going to look away. I can't see what that card is. So I hope it's in focus. I hope you guys could see that. And once they've seen that, you put the card right back in the middle of the deck, you close up the cards, and you give them a bit of a mix. And you say something like this. You go, okay, so is your card the Ace of Spades? It's not, that's not the one. Is it even the same color? Slightly? No, it's not, it's red. And I already know now that the card was the Queen of Diamonds. So from there I could go wherever I want. So here's what the technique looks like. Their card goes back in the middle. Whether you show it to them like this, or they take it, they write something and put it back, it goes back in the middle. So in this case, let's say the 10 of Spades. Now, when I go to close up the cards, I'm not just going to close the cards. My fingers here, my right fingers, are holding the card on top of it very loosely. As you could see, like really with the tips, it's a very loose grip. See how like easy that is to get rid of? So their card goes here, and as I come back to close the cards, I let go of that one card like this on top of their card. So I'm basically doing that, but as I'm here, there's more cover, and my left thumb helps because it kind of pinches that next card down and moves away. So I've added a card. Then my pinky stays on top of that card. So that next card, not the one they chose, but the one on top of it. And I close the cards on top like this. So to them, it looks like I've closed the cards, but my pinky is actually two above their card. So above the one above their card, right there. Now I'm gonna do what's called a double undercut. So again, from the front, they see this, like just a closed deck, but from the back, you've got that. Here's what a double undercut is. It's super simple. Your thumb comes over with the right hand like this and grabs that opening. Let's go about half these cards under that opening. So half these cards are grabbed with the left hand and brought to the top of the deck. And then all the cards under that opening are brought to the top. So that just looks like you casually cut the cards. At this point, if you know any false shuffles, you can do them, or you could do any shuffle that keeps the top cards where they are. You don't want to disturb those two top cards, and riffle shuffle does not. So now they don't know this, but you've brought their card second from the top. So the top one doesn't matter what it is, and then under that is their card, whether it's a card or something they wrote down. Now you're gonna need to look at it. So here's how you're gonna do that. You're gonna take the first card and you're gonna turn it over like this. Now, if it's a card trick, you just turn it over and say, was your card the Ace of Clubs? In the mind reading one, I love the presentation of saying, I want you to imagine that this is a screen, because they're gonna project their thought onto that screen. So you turn it over, you show it, and as you're showing it, you spread the cards like this, and notice how I've really just spread two cards. And my pinky is gonna go under that second card here. This is obviously down there. And I'm gonna close it up like this. So now, to them, it looks like I just turned over that card and I showed it to them. But secretly, I've got my pinky under two cards. Because you spread, put your pinky under it, and then close it, and you've got your pinky under there. Now, as I'm talking about the card, I'm gonna lift with my thumb in the back and my middle finger in the front to show it to them and point like this. But in doing that, I've got a glimpse. Right there, I could see their card. So in the card trick, I go, was that your card, the Ace of Clubs? No, was it even the same color? And now I could see what it is, and I put it back here. Now I could turn this back over, and I've seen their card. You could cut, you could shuffle, you could totally mess this up now, and you know what their card is. Now let's look at the mind reading version. So you've got your blank cards, and they take one, and let's say they write down their telephone's passcode. So let's say in this case, it's 7777. And no, that's not my actual passcode. So you've got your head turn and you ask them to put it back in the middle, which they do with your head turn, and it goes right there in the middle. And again, as you come back, you've got that one card loosely gripped, which you add on top, close up, keep your pinky there, and you say, we're gonna mix it into the packet like this. So now, here's what you do. You say, I want you to really vividly imagine that, which is why it's another good reason to have them write it down. Say, really look at it, really get it visually in your mind. Now you take the top card, you turn it over and you say, I want you to imagine this is a screen. And again, I spread two and I get my pinky under their card like that. I say, I want you to imagine that's a screen, and right there, I want you to project the image. And guys, to a spectator, they have no clue what's going on. You're just talking. You say, I want you to project that image. And of course, when I do that, I could see their number on the back. Sometimes it'll be upside down, sometimes it'll be right side up, depending on how they put it back, but it doesn't matter. There it is. Now, for 1 second, I show them that, then I drop it right back there, and now I could totally peel it off like this. Now, I tend to do a one-handed Charlier cut over here. You don't have to do this, but that's basically, you've got your fingers gripping the pack like this, your thumb opens it, your index pushes, and you cut. You can look up Charlier cut if you want to learn that in more detail. And the reason I do that is because now I'm going to use this to write down what I think, but as I hand them this, their card is back in the middle, and I think that's a great subtlety. So now you do whatever presentation you want. Check the comments for my pro tips to really make it feel like you're reading their minds. And there's a really great way here to really sell that you're reading their minds and not just like, wait, you wrote down skunk? I wrote down skunk. You got to make it seem like you're actually in their heads. And I'll tell you in the comments how to do that. There it was. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now remember to keep this very casual. The spectator has no idea what's going on. To them, you're just giving them some instructions or talking about a completely different card. So don't be tense. Be very relaxed and casual, and they will have no clue what the heck just happened, and you'll get insane reactions. Now before I go, let me tell you guys who the winner of the contest is from last week. I want to thank you guys so much for your participation in the contest. You guys know how much emotionally the contest meant to me and my family, so thank you so much. And the winner is _Rift3 on Instagram. Congratulations, you have about 1 billion prizes heading your way. Reach out on Instagram and I will set you up with those prizes. Thanks for participating in the contest, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.